I've spent on Fort Benning, I've probably got about 15, 18 years on Fort Benning, and I'll tell you, there's not a better post in the United States Army. My name is Command Sergeant Major Joe Davis. I'm the Commandant of the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy at Fort Benning, Georgia. This is why Fort Benning is my choice of assignment. I've been on Fort Benning, began working on Fort Benning in basic training back in 1993, and I was able to spend basic and airborne school and Ranger indoctrination program here, and then I was shipped across the state to Savannah, Georgia for a period of time, and then I was fortunate enough to come back here about six years after that. I constantly learn from the younger generation of folks here, and a good example was, a few weeks ago I was in one of the classrooms talking to the young BLC students, and I asked them, hey, raise your hand and tell me what's your favorite course that you had? And a young specialist, she raised her hand and said, Sergeant Major, I really thought the resiliency class was real good. I really enjoyed the resiliency class. And I said, resiliency, man, what are you talking about? You didn't enjoy, something about the combat arms portion, or the, some other portion, but you really liked resiliency. And she said, yeah, absolutely. I said, I don't know about that. And because I looked at it from a different optic. I looked at it from an optic of being in the Army 27 years and, already being resilient. I came up in a different time, and, before we had the internet and before we had cell phones, and, we had black and white television, and, we played outside every day in the, in the streets and out in the fields and along the lakes, but, there's a new generation of folks that are growing up today, and some of them don't seem to be as resilient. So I asked the rest of the class, I said, hey, who all thought resiliency was your favorite class? And about half the classroom threw up their hand. And I said, well, explain to me why resiliency is a great class. And they said, well, Sergeant Major, we're not like you. We haven't been doing this a long time. We're just starting out, and really we need those building blocks of resiliency. And so I was amazed that day that, I sat there and listened to them, and and I started to connect at a different level. What's different opposed to my last assignments? Well, I'll tell you, a lot of it has to do with leadership, a whole different group of leadership over the years. I'll tell you, what's different is that, the amount of growth that Fort Benning has received, and the amount of funding that's coming into Fort Benning, and the new infrastructure that's being built, and, just the opportunity, to be part of a growing organization. You look across the board at the activities and the things that are offered here on Fort Benning, not just from the military standpoint, but you look at the construction, you look at all the MWR activities, you look at the resources, the AFEs and all the things that are provided to you out there at the mall, and then you think about what's the recreational activities. You think about the river and the lakes that they have here in the local area, the hunting opportunities that you happen to have, and then you think about what's close to here. You look at the national forests that are within very short driving distance. You think about the series of lakes that run down the border between Alabama and down into the Gulf of Mexico, and you look at opportunities to go down into Texas or into the Gulf Coast area down along Florida. You can get over to the East Coast in about four hours. So I mean, you talk about a pretty good place to be, and it's very close to to the Gulf of Mexico. It's very close to Atlanta. Columbus, Georgia is the second largest city in the state. So great shopping opportunities over here. There's multiple mall complexes that are set up. It's just a very convenient location to be, and you can get to about anywhere here in a very short distance. And I'll tell you something, I've been very lucky enough to live over here for a period of time on and off over the years, and I'll tell you, I plan to live here the rest of my life. It's a great location.